All right, time for some battle time silliness. Where in this challenge, we just put a bunch of subscribers in a room, and all they had to do was drive backwards the whole time. Now, the rear of the tank is the worst thing that you could possibly expose because it's typically the weakest part of the tank and is also known as an HE magnet quite a bit. Very vulnerable enough to get a lot of those HE pens, and especially at tier 10 when you have some players, which later on we did 3 rounds, and huge shout out to the subscribers that help with these. If you guys would like to help and become part of the challenge vids we do every once in a while, join the Discord, get the movie crew roll. Everyone is more than welcome to join some of the crazy stuff we do. Historical recreations, just what if scenarios, whatever the case may be. But before diving too much in, just want to give an awesome shout out to one of my friends, Kong Gaming. Plays War Thunder. I've thought about doing some of these funny challenges in War Thunder as well. But for a War Thunder and World of Tanks Blitz player, thought I would mention that channel as he gives some great tips on how to get better at the game, as well as that game can be very, very difficult. Anyway, so driving backwards, you can obviously tell right at the beginning you're going much slower. And it's even funny because a lot of the medium and light tanks, you're so used to going so fast and getting to positions very quickly on the map to spot enemies right off the bat. Well, it was funny because some of the people playing a medium or light, like there was this one round, a player chose to be a bat chat, and he's trying to get, it looks like, to maybe an advantage point or a spotting location, and he's just going so slow. But of course, all the rest of the tanks are going really slow because they're only driving backwards too. Looking at these tanks, they've got the rear basically facing the enemy. They're trying to protect it as much as possible. Now, I would have to say, in terms of the tank that has the strongest rear, you can see some of the players trying that out right here in the first round and are continued to use. It was funny because after the first round, I think other players started catching on to that a little bit more and then also started using the tank as well. But that is the mouse. That thing, 360 degrees all the way around, has the most armor, all around. Very, very strong in the back. And obviously you're not going to pen that with an HE unless you're using something like the FV183 Hesh or something that's got the high penetration, high explosive round. So that was just the first round. You can see just some of the ridiculousness around that is just entailed. We now have the IS-7 going backward. Sometimes, and I've noticed this, the Russian vehicles seem to have the most trollish rears when it comes to tanks. They're very, very sloped. There were even some subscribers that were joking about this being the IS-7H. Primarily, if you know of the Tier 8 premium Russian tank, it's the IS-2H. That's what they're kind of making fun off of with this. So very, very slow here. But I've noticed, and you'll have to let me know in the comments below, the rear of Russian tanks, like I said, can be really trollish, very angled. You can just bounce. I feel like just so much off. They've got that spaced armor on the sides, low profile tanks in general. And even the LTTB, I've tried shooting that thing in the rear as it's driving away. And because of that triangular shape to the rear of it, I constantly bounce rounds off the rear, which any other light tank, I feel like you don't really have that at all. A lot of the German tanks are very, very flat. So yeah, it was very, very quite funny to see this. And honestly, props to these subscribers for just being so awesome. And they do really good. I would say for the most part, you'll even see in one, I think we had some lower tier. I think we had some tier 3 involved in one of the matches where they were driving forward instead of backwards. But for the most part, I would say when we do some of these challenge or what if vids or whatever the case may be, we have some really, really good participation of people that stick to the rules of the training scenario for the most part. So hats off and a salute to those people that really follow the rules. Sometimes when I do these training rooms, I'm either in a situation where I'm at work or I'm kind of around the kids and want to just be able to do something fun with the community, and I don't have time all the time. Sometimes I'm able to join these. But yeah, this one I wasn't really quite able to join. But from watching it, this looks like it would have been kind of painful and a bit difficult to do because you're so used to controls in this forward motion where you almost have to think backwards when doing this. You'll have to let me know in the comments below how you think you would have done in a challenge like this, because I know for me, being an experienced player, trying to drive backwards, plus have my turret facing backwards, and trying to aim, plus side scrape while being backwards, can just be, I can imagine how that would get confusing pretty fast. So this is just last round here, going on Faust. Mouse going backwards. Here you see some of that tier 3 action. And look at that, D2 blocks the mouse shell. Wow, that was actually quite impressive. If any of you are wondering if a tier 3 could block a tier 10 shot, there's your proof right there. And as mentioned, yeah, the mouse with its beastly rear armor definitely has the advantage here. This poor 32 or T32 must have maybe just didn't have a lot of time. I'm not sure how he didn't see the biggest tank in the game as he was driving right past it. I guess it maybe can be confused as a massive wall, which it can sometimes look like, but the game also does tell you that there's an enemy right next to you. So in a pretty good position here, playing real close. Yeah, still needing to side scrape. So yeah, we're able just to get more and more participation. And just by way of announcement as well, for those of you that don't know, I have now officially started my own clan, the Muffin Clan. So the abbreviation for it, if you are looking for it, is MFN, and everyone's more than welcome to join. You just need to, and I kind of realized this, especially after some of these events and needing to platoon and people trying to find clans that had active members. Sometimes that can be very difficult. So the only requirement is respect others, have fun, plus you need to be an active player of Blitz. So obviously if you're not playing over the last 30 days, well, we may want to open up a seat for someone else who is active, but we are accepting applications if you guys are looking for an active clan. And almost just about it here, just finishing up the game. Looks like one side just has 2 left, and the other team looks like they still have 3 tanks. So anyway, I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of this vid. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the Muffin here. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.